things I've said, 'cause it just
Hex and Caicos, stuck in a jail somewhere with the Greek guy named Malakos. In the spaces, they say you know bueno. They caught you in the club out in Miami sniffing yayo. Ayos mijo, when you gonna get bailed out of the jail cell? 'Cause at night it's mucho frijo. Hex and Caicos, Hex and Caicos. When I find out my peoples get locked up in the clink, I feel bad for them, 'cause I know they didn't think. And social media wants me to give some donations to a guy I only met on one occasion. He didn't die, but his freedom's in question. Got bagged in the airport with bullets for ammunition. What am I missing? Only thing you should've got bagged for was for a bag of contraceptives. I'm not for the deception. All these years you on Instagram doing the hex flexing. Bang bang makes sense and bang bang makes sense. You about to wreck your dream account for no dollars or cents. You misuse your gift to sell, now you stuck in a cell. God threw you in jail. The creator threw you in jail to save you from yourself. Hex and Caicos, stuck in a jail somewhere with the Greek guy named Malakos. In the spaces, they say you know bueno. They caught you in the club out in Miami sniffing yayo. Ayos mijo, when you gonna get bailed out of the jail cell? 'Cause at night it's mucho frijo. Hex and Caicos, Hex and Caicos.
Yo, how you gon' win if you never took a loss? Fatigues for a year straight, I never took them off. Still went and dropped 30 stacks on the cross. You can catch me coming down Lennox Ave in a Porsche. For them to hold me back and probably take a nation. What they don't really know is the hate is the motivation. Yeah, the money gon' come, you just gotta be over patient. Like shooters on deck, my nigga, I know the Haitians.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host. Hope you're doing well. Let's get right into it. You know, it's amazing. Life is amazing. Life is it's a beauty of wonders. On the crypto side of things, we have this fork of Ethereum. Like these, I don't know what it's gonna take for people to sort of like come into their own and care enough to realize when, you know, they're being led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked, taken advantage of, etc., etc. Like, I don't know when people are gonna just wake up and decide, yo, it's either you're gonna grab the bull by the horns and live your life, or you're gonna leave everything in the hands of somebody that you'll never meet to basically steer you in whatever direction they decide. You know, so many people were talking about how Pulse Chain, like the founder of Pulse Chain, was going to bring such an effect to the market by August 23rd. And what I mean by effect, I'm talking about help to raise the prices of all of his coins and basically the market in general, his chain, in general. People, we've seen and heard so many times, you know, the man says something in the middle of June or in the beginning of June, something about under 2 months. First of all, in days past, he's mentioned that he's not good with timelines or anything of that sort, right? And he showed that he wasn't. So this year, the beginning of the summer, he said something about, oh, everybody wait, under 2 months. Something under 2 months. Under 2 months came and went. to the point where people started identifying dates. From the time he made that statement, under 2 months was the beginning of August. But that it didn't stop there. Some talks about some shipping containers circulated. Then he started begging people for a van. If you have a non-profit, for-profit, non-profit, donate a van. Because, the shipping containers will soon land. Foolishness. Yeah, electronic devices, all this weird stuff. Why? In the spirit of marketing, to get people to become aware about a chain that they should spend money on, right? Or invest or whatever. This thing is supposed to have electronic device gifts or whatever free. And somehow, some way, somebody, started to speak about August 23rd. Then that became the message. August 23rd. Oh, wait till August 23rd. Oh, yeah, the magic will begin. This is when, the container will land. August 23rd, right? It's supposed to be, again, when the magic happens. So, like, some of y'all, unfortunately, because you got nothing else going on, or for whatever reason, you're waiting, secretly waiting for August 23rd, right? And you let these people play with your mind, play with your emotions, and it's crazy. And what happened August 23rd? Nothing positive. Nothing positive occurred. What, like listening to a bunch of people tell you, hold on to your seats? Somebody is supposed to be the best thing in crypto? That's what you... And not only that, but you're listening to these talking heads who bring you no real value in your life. They bring you no real value. Let me just tell you something, right? And I'm going to give you an example about when you hear people talk to you about something that's supposed to, let's say, launch on August 23rd, for example, from this sector of the DeFi environment, DeFi space, you need to really, really not trust anything you hear more than ever. When people on Pulse Chain start telling you that something is about to launch on a certain date now, like moving forward for some of y'all, and this ain't even advice, so you do what you want. You do what you want. It's on you. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, don't make me defecate. So you take your own chances. But when you're hearing people in this community, I mean, it comes from, listen, this is regurgitated stuff. Some of us been talking about this for years. Some of us been ringing the alarm, speaking about the same situation, the same warnings, the same problems that you find in crypto. Been talking about it for years. And it goes unnoticed. People don't care. The large majority literally don't care. You think it was a joke when I kept saying nobody cares and DJ nobody cares and who cares? But that's just the truth. Most people don't care because they behave like they don't care. You see it. If you're hearing people in this community just start telling you, I mean on Pulse Chain, I'm talking about Pulse Chain, no one is exempt from criticism or judgment. No one's above reproach. No one, right? They tell you, yo, this is about to launch. We got this partnership going on with here. This sponsorship, yo, we're approved. We got the support, this and that, and this is about to launch. Take heed, people. Be extremely leery. Be extremely leery. If it wasn't for some 10,000X that happened in 2021, this thing would have no foundation whatsoever to stand on. Understand what I'm saying to you. If that coin did not do 10,000X in 2021, everything here would have zero foundation, nothing to stand on. And right there, that's already shaky. Dude's reputation is already shaky. It's only the 10,000X that keeps him sort of like, oh, okay, you around. It's only the fact that, yeah, there's an L1, a fork of Ethereum that's out. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. It's only the fact that, okay, maybe you got this DEX going on. Yeah. But everything else outside of that, as far as price performance, absolute trash. Miserable fail. And that's the best scenario you got going on Pulse Chain compared to everything else on Pulse. And then you have certain things on Pulse that are just leveraging themselves against the deplorable price performing core assets that you're talking about from your founder. Holding on to hope, holding on to a wing and a prayer. That's it. That's all that's happening here, y'all. Everything outside of that is just what's happening outside that macro, treasury here, Powell, interest rate cut, money printer of the world. Folks are waiting for the larger bull market to ensue and to unravel and all. Yeah. Ethereum breaking through all-time highs. And what's Pulse doing? Still asleep. Pulse is in a coma. Then you listening to influencers again. Keep telling y'all, yo, hold on. Oh, August 23rd, yay. Oh, devices have landed. The favorite core of the core who became insufferable, who became so greedy within themselves, extremely selfish. It wasn't about holding on to any principle and creating some type of real benevolence or real energy to help the community uplift everyone who participates on the chain. No, it wasn't about that. It was about their bags are losing value. They're losing money. And so they got to get it however they can, even if they have to steal it under the guise of creating a project, under the guise of launching a sacrifice, under the guise of launching some coin, under the guise of creating some kind of crowdfunding for whatever endeavor, crooked endeavor, or shady endeavor. They try to dress it up as if it's something noble, or we're going to help the founder with this. We're going to do this to fight this law that they're trying to, destroy crypto and take your sovereignty and autonomy away from us. Oh, we're gonna do this to raise this funding for some kind of sacrifice of a project of a this and that. Or we're gonna support it. We're gonna interview these people here because they knew and they so excited and they're so green because they have a lot of green. And I need to eat. This is what's been embraced. This is what's been celebrated more. And when people, it's like folks continuously deny what's staring them in the face. They look over, they ignore, they turn away, they give up, walk away, disappear. Again, doing nothing is doing something. Now, I'm not expecting everyone, because this is what we've seen. I'm not, again, this whole no expectation. I don't expect people to, band together and call out all these bad actors and bad activities that are taking place and all this stuff, and the support that your favorite grifter of grifters gets from RH himself. And question, and again, this all goes up to the top, like point to the central person involved with all of this, who's acting like they're not involved with any of this, who's acting like everyone else is supposed to do the work. Point all the attention to one focus, one place. Because when the head of the operation is supporting, for example, a person who's launched tokens, launched projects that have failed and hurt the community due to their own actions that they may or may not want to admit to, but is being supported by the head person in charge who pretends like they're not in charge, there lies the problem. But people want to ignore and remain in denial and suffer from cognitive dissonance. They embrace the cognitive dissonance beverage. Oh, I'm going to consume all this right now. I'm going to pretend like, August 23rd didn't come out with some kind of weird grift. Another one, add to the thousands that have already occurred. Another grift. Go ahead. You heard about a project launching on the 23rd. Project launches. And guess what? Immediately, once it quote unquote launches, you think people made money? You think people are well off? Do you think they're better today than they were the day before the launch? Financially, those who took the risk and gambled, and I'm talking about the people who are not on the inside. I'm talking about the people they literally call exit liquidity. Do you think they are made whole right now? Do you think they're having a good experience with the launch that occurred on this magic fake day of August 23rd thing that somebody conjured up and then spread all over the internet to spread through the community to pretend like this is supposed to be some type of holy day of some sort for the markets to pump? Come on. When are y'all going to wake up? For real. Oh no, hold on. Hold on to the cause. Oh, yeah. That's all you got. That's all you got at this point. If you're not on the inside in some kind of group, right, grifting or conjuring up the next scheme, all you have on this thing is to hold on to some kind of whatever. Or while you're holding on, you continuously live life. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. That's all that is. Because anything else is just immaterial at this point. It's immaterial. You could say, oh, yeah, why are you trusting some zero launch, zero trust situation, zero weird. Better bank situation where Better Bank, these people, like, you don't know what's going on about what, some Liberty swap. You don't know what's going on about what. You don't know what's going on about what's going on about what's going on. There's a lot of distraction and confusion going on to throw you off your path. Because if you have a plan and you don't stick to your plan, you just fell into a situation where you want to gamble on some zero launch, some zero thing, some weird stuff that rugged. The thing was a rug before it was a rug. Don't y'all understand? The coin launched 8 minutes before it was a public launch. So people got that first 8 minutes. That's your inside activity. All the sniping, all the botting, all the grifting, all the extracting was taking place early. Y'all don't understand, but you keep repeating the same cycle, falling victim to the same problems. Falling victim to the same problems. And pretending like all is well. Oh no, as long as you hold on to the cause. Because your core founder has just made himself to be so trustworthy up to this point, right? And if you say yes, that's your problem right there. You're not being honest and genuine with yourself, because you've seen the display, you've seen the messages, whether it's by the person or not. Because if it's not for the person, that makes the dude look worse, because he just turned out to be some type of Richard Dr. Umar Johnson Hart type person out here, right? For real, for real. Donations for real. Grifts, more grifts for real. Like I told you, the only thing that keeps dudes, anything remotely close to being somewhat relevant, is that 10,000x narrative. And the fact that your world's largest airdrop, it happened, and you got a Dex, sure. And on top of that, the SEC lost the case to you because the SEC, their reach was limited. They didn't have any authority to reach you. Had nothing to do with whether the coins are securities or not. Barely had anything to do with you spending bread, misappropriation of funds and all that. Barely had anything to do with you spending money and this and that, $12 million on a watch, some kind of whatever, diamond, whatever. Right? The loss, SEC, primarily, for the most part, was they could not reach him. They didn't have the authority. Right? It went beyond their scope. What they were doing was going beyond their dominion, as far as like, oh man, I got no right to go over here. I got only can govern what's under my jurisdiction, not anywhere. Yeah. Folks are just, oh yeah, precedent, this, that, and this. Run with the extra narratives, because why not? Sure. But even with all that, even with those things, look what's going on. Grift after grift. Look what's going on with him supporting somebody who heads conferences who's grifted the community. But then y'all will say, yo, nah, this is the best thing since sliced bread and crypto. Like this. So this is why you have the sentiment the way it is still to this day. We're approaching September, and this is what we're dealing with. September, not only we're approaching September, we're approaching September 2025. What are y'all doing? It's just, carry on. One influencer who just showed up on the scene this year, all of a sudden, he was like so gung-ho about, crypto and Pulse Chain and your founder, gung-ho. Then today, or maybe it was this weekend, I don't know, puts out a tweet talking about how disgusting it is that the community has been supporting grifters, and how if this was in the past, he would call them out, but he's not going to do that because it doesn't help him or his health, and etc., etc. Man, people been exposing these grifters for years. It's not about it's going to affect your health or not, and if it does, I get it, don't do it, because the drama, you don't want to be a part of drama anymore. But the real deal is, this has been happening for years, and the fact of the matter is, folks, this is what I say. When you got somebody who just issued a tweet today talking about some of the stuff we've been talking about for years, people don't care. And you know what's worse? In that tweet, he alluded, with his messaging applied, he mentioned, like, he knows if it, not in the direct message, but you could sort of read between the lines when he says, he don't want to deal with the drama of calling people out. But everything that's going on with the grifters that continuously grift, who's supposed to be trusted people in the community, right? Grifters grifting from trusting, and being supported by trusting people in the community who participate in supporting the grifters. And guess what? But start from RH, because he supported the person who heads the conferences. who has weird checkered background and experiences with what he did since 2024 till now, like with the coins and the launches and the sacrifice and stuff he's done, that people could show on chain what's taking place, rugging liquidity, etc., etc. But your man, your founder, keeps celebrating the fact that he's posting conferences and promotes them heavily, 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 like no other. So what are you doing? What do you call that? Yeah, you call that supporting grifters. But you're not bringing that attention to him because you don't want to also have all of that affect your bottom line. You don't want people to just ring the alarm and sound the alarm, right? Bang on the bells, because that's going to hurt your bags. You're afraid. No. Don't tell the truth. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, man. You're affecting the bags. Right. That's where people are at. No. As long as the money goes up, I don't care about who's getting grifted. I don't care about who hurts. Just give me mine. The greed factor again. Give me mine. Give me more and more and more. I don't care, man. Shh. Don't talk. You keep sounding the alarm. Why don't you just sell and leave? Just sell. Just go. 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 Be quiet. Because you expose everything, that's gonna, hurt my money. You see? You see the flipper, you see how people turn things around? They're gonna support bad people by not doing anything, calling out the bad people, right? Because if they call out the bad people and the bad things that are going on by the bad people consistently for years, it's gonna hurt their money and make their money lose value and all these things. So you caught in some type of weird conundrum of sorts, catch-22 situation. And then who now becomes the target? It's not the grifters anymore. It ain't the person supporting the grifters from the top. It's a person who sounded the alarm that becomes a target. How about that? And that's your community.